Hey, Pookie.
I knew you were hiding something. I'm reading your email right here. You want to have fun with some Geissele?
Geissele? I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard she's a good time. Can't wait to find the G lever. What is the G lever? Is that the G spot, you dumbass?
The G lever, that's an Atrius thing. It's pronounced Geissele.
Geissele? I knew you were gay, doing videos with dildos and all of that. Ew, you're disgusting.
No, I was gonna have fun with the G lever.
Shut up, let me talk. I knew you were cheating on me. You are such a liar. I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you.
Well, I guess it's just you and me now. I think she might actually be right. I think I am in love with Geissele. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of PSR. Today, we are exploring the Atrius G lever. This is a forced reset selector for Geissele triggers. This is an exciting release because you don't have to cut your trigger, just drops right in there. We got a ton of rifles with some new stuff from Atrius, and Atrius just dropped today, the day you're watching this, their new milspec selectors, single side FRS. Pretty cool if you're really liking the clone builds. It's a standard milspec style selectors. We got 7 guns we're gonna try today, starting off with our Super Duty, then moving to the K23B Stubby, then the Daniel Defense 11.5, then we got the DOE SMG from H&R, then we got the Springfield Kuna, and then we have my Superlative Arms piston conversion, and lastly, the T91. All of these have Atrius FRSs in them. Some have the milspec selectors and some have the G lever. Before we get into shooting these things though, I do have to give a little disclaimer. All of this is actually semi-automatic. It might not seem that way from looking at it, but it is actually semi-automatic, which brings me to the beautiful semi-automatic channel sponsor, which of course is Atrius. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna try not to make this feel like an ad, but more or less I am biased. Atrius is the channel sponsor for PSR, and they support this channel and make it possible to make these videos. So with that out of the way, never in a million years use PSR for 10% off your entire order from Atrius. Thank you a ton to Atrius for sponsoring this channel. Also, if you are burning through ammo with your FRS, your best bet is to go with HSL ammunition. HSL has affordable quality ammo. Check HSL out and tell them PSR sent you. Huge thank you and shout out to HSL for providing all the ammo used in this video. So what exactly is the G lever? Well, the G lever is a FRS and ambi one. Third position goes a little bit faster than regular semi-auto. It is a compatible system with Geissele triggers, and I've found that it's also compatible with Schmidt 2-stage triggers. We're gonna try that one out in a sec, but in here I have the Geissele SSAE trigger. It's my favorite Geissele trigger. It's expensive, obviously, it's a Geissele, but it's not extremely expensive if you can get it on sale. I found that the FRS works the best with the SSA and the SSAE. Some of the other Geissele triggers are not compatible. Personally, I just like having the SSAE in this Geissele because, I mean, it's a Geissele rifle. The SSAE confirmed works. The G2S I have didn't work for some reason. Some of the other triggers may work, but right now I'm just really running the SSAE because I love that trigger. If you have any compatibility questions, definitely hit up Atrius. And this guy, this is my piston conversion. So this is a Superlative Arms piston. It's a bleed off gas system. You can tune it. I think it's like 20 something positions. You can get it tuned just right to run both suppressed and unsuppressed with the least amount of gas, so you get the least amount of recoil. Right now I have this in a non-suppressed setting, so it's a little bit heavier on the recoil, but the Schmidt 2-stage, if you're not familiar, in my opinion, is almost pretty much just on par with the Geissele trigger in terms of how it feels. You get a little bit of pre-travel and then it's just a really nice 2-stage trigger. I thought, you know, let's try this out, see if it works with the G lever, and it does. So the Schmidts are not as expensive, but in my opinion are just on par. I did try a LaRue, and the LaRue MBT unfortunately did not work with the G lever. I'm sure a bunch of people are gonna be testing things out. Right now, confirmed that the Schmidt 2-stage and the SSAE work for my builds. This is an unopened G lever right here, so let's just do a little unboxing. All right, let's see what's inside here. All right, well, we got our FRS right here. This is very similar to the original Ambi FRS, but this little section of the lever right here is thicker to be compatible with the Geissele triggers. Then we have our lever blocker, which is nicely protected by a little bit of styrofoam here. This essentially sits underneath your trigger shoe. You can see little cutouts there, slides underneath your trigger shoe, and this is what prevents it from going too far forward under the shorter Geissele hammers. So Geissele triggers, given that the hammer is a little bit of a different shape than milspec, this is necessary, this lever blocker. It will not work without this. And the cool thing about the G lever is that you don't have to do any cutting to your Geissele triggers. So if you're using the Super Safety or some of the other FRTs, you're gonna need to cut that Geissele, and that can kind of be a little bit nerve-wracking because you don't wanna mess up your really nice Geissele trigger. So this is a nice option in that you don't have to cut anything, it's just drop in and go. Now let's talk about the other exciting product that Atrius just dropped. This is their FRS single side, but with milspec selectors. So the milspec selectors just look beautiful on a retro style rifle like this. This is insane. This is my SBR lower, but on top we have not a kitty cat actually. This is the Olympic Arms K23 stubby, and it never really gained a ton of popularity. I wonder why. I mean, maybe it's because it has a 6.5-inch barrel and it's 5.56. This thing's even shorter than the kitty cat. We have the B5 shorty stock and shorty grip on here, new stuff from B5. This looks torque. We're gonna put a suppressor on this. Inside here, we also have the Carl from Stuff and Things, which is a 3-round limiter. It's a cam activated reset limiter. If you guys want me to do a full review on the Carl, I think I'm planning on doing one, but let me know in the comments. So the trigger that I have in here is the Dirty Bird single stage nickel Teflon trigger. I've never had any issues at all with the FRS and these single stage triggers. You can get it curved or flat. Right now we have a flat one in there. Funny enough, this actually is the first FRS that I ever got. This was a prototype, and I actually just was able to take the milspec selector and put it on the original prototype FRS. This FRS probably has 3,000 to 4,000 rounds through it. No issues at all. I don't know if Atrius is just gonna sell the milspec selectors by themselves for those that already own the FRS, but I was able to just screw it on there. It fit perfect. Guys, have you been looking for a holster that you can keep on your chest? Well, Invader Concepts has got you covered. USA made, high quality Kydex holsters. This is their chest holster. They make Kydex waistband holsters as well in some really cool camo patterns. We got the multicam black here. This is kind of a nifty holster if you're not trying to wear a belt, or let's say you're hunting or something like that. It's a cool fit for those kind of applications, and it just kind of looks cool. Right now we got the G17 Koa Gen 6 with a TLR 1HL. Fits in perfect. If you guys want 10% off your entire order from Invader Concepts, never use PSR10, that's PSR10, for a 10% discount. And a huge thank you to Invader Concepts for sponsoring this video. Oh, dick. All right, we got our 10.3 Super Duty. We got the HRF magwell. We got the DOT EHS1 holographic sight on here. Let's try the G lever out in our Geissele. This is the Ridgeback Roadie 6 from Ridgeback Defense. Let's put her into third position. There you go. All right, next up we got our Schmidt 2-stage inside our M4E1 with the superlative arms conversion. We got an ABA10 on here. This is a 7621. See how she goes. It's a little bit snappy. Let's just dump her, eh? Whew, that's fast. Good Lord. I don't know if I was ready for that one. I could dial down the gas on that for sure, but like I said, it's set up for unsuppressed. I like the feel of the Schmidt 2-stage a lot. Great trigger. All right, next up we got the K23B stubby. Let's just try it unsuppressed, just for a couple shots. This does have the Stink USA Carl in it, the cam activated reset limiter, so 3-round FRT burst with the milspec selector from Atrius. Oh Lord. All right, let's try her out. Oh geez. Oh. Oh, that is painful and uncomfortable. Let's throw a suppressor on it. All right, I threw the Dead Air Lazarus 6 on here. I mean, if this isn't an ARP to rule all ARPs, I don't know what is. All right, let's see if she cycles with the can on here. Oh man. Oh, nice. That's crazy. The B5 buffer is heavy enough to run a setup like this, which is honestly kind of impressive. Suppressed, short barrel, good on B5. Let's do one more mag. This thing fucks. I don't care about ballistics. This thing's cool. All right, next up we got the Springfield Kuna with the Ambi FRS in it. This is just a normal Dirty Bird single stage nickel Teflon trigger. So this is not a new product, but it is pretty cool that you can run it in a Kuna. This is the Nexus Firearms lower. We got a tuna can on here. Very inexpensive suppressor, very chunky and girthy. Let's try this thing out, man. It's quiet. All right, let's put her into the third position, letter E, eh? Oh, another one, bud. Golly, dude, that is awesome. All right, continuing with the 9mm offerings. This is the DOE SMG. We got our milspec selector in here. It looks awesome. We got a Halcyon ARO on top with the Amory Designs carry handle mount. One thing I will say is these braces, the car brace, I mean, it looks cool, but dude, it just digs into your shoulder. And we're about to do a lot of digging right now. Third position on the SMG. Holy, I'll tell you, that is a different experience than the Kuna. Oh my gosh. Golly. Oh, she rips. All right, next up we got this Daniel Defense 11.5. We got the classic milspec selector in there. This is an LMT Defender lower, so not the Mars, not the Ambi one. And one note about LMT lowers with the Atrius is you do have to do a little bit of removal of some material in that pocket area. With all the LMT ones, you got to do that. So depending on your lower, you should always just check the fitment, honestly, of how the FRS is engaging with that back shelf, because that can determine if you break a lever or not. And you don't want to break a lever. That's not fun. Check the function before you go give her piss, eh? All right, full piss mode with the Daniel and the LMT. Woo, that's fast with the Exogen can on there. Holy. Honestly, it's all right with the Atrius, but could use a little bit less gas, I think, honestly. If you shot this unsuppressed, I'm sure it'd be pretty nice in terms of the chug and the cyclic rate. Last but not least, we got the T91. So this is a clone of the T91 Taiwanese rifle. Very similar in looks to an AR-15 or an M16, but this is actually piston driven. So there's a piston up here. And the cool thing about this is Bad Attitude made this lower, T91 marked, just like the original T91s. And cool thing about the T91 is the selectors, there's 4 positions on it. So safe, single, 3, which we do have the Carl from Stuff and Things in here, so it will be a 3-round burst essentially. And then the bottom one, which you would flip it up, is automatic, and we're not automatic today. It would be really neat if there was a 4-position FRS. I don't know if that'll happen, but that would be pretty incredible. All right, iron sights, baby. All right, let's put her in the piss, do 3 rounds here. Nice. Oh, sick. Damn, let's do another one. Oh, baby. I like the T91. It'd be nice to have the 14.5, which is technically clone correct, but this is the 16 because I didn't want to have to SBR the lower, but maybe a little bit more felt recoil than a DI AR, but it's pretty drippy. And the grip, not an A2 grip, kind of cool looking little T91 grip. All right, well, that was a fun day of shooting the new Atrius G-Lever and FRS. We're gonna close out the video by throwing this crazy K23B stubby upper on our pistol lower. Totally 29 round magazine for YouTube here. This thing, honestly, may be the most fun gun that we shot today. I don't care, it's ridiculous, it's stupid, but it's so much fun. We may run into the light primer strike. We've been just like swapping different buffers out here and there, trying to find out what works today, but H3 is probably the way to go. We got an H2 Geissele braided spring in here. Let's let her piss. Thanks for watching another episode of PSR. Well, finish her out. Peace. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Go.
I'm laughing. Okay, I'm laughing. Hold on. Where am I? Man, who the fuck is Geissele? Oh, you want me? You didn't want me to say.
Action. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not ready. Hold on. I'm trying
Okay.
to
Okay.
not laugh.
Action.
I knew you were hiding something. I can.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. 1, action. I'm rolling. Go.
Fuck! What is that? The G spot, you dumbass? Oh, I'm sorry. Should I not
Oh,
say
no,
that?
no, no. That was perfect.
I knew you were gay with the old. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Yeah, you want me to say I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you again?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Okay. Action.
I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you.
Cut.